What if I told you there's an animal on this planet that can literally reverse its own aging? Like, it gets old, hits rock bottom, and then just goes back to being a baby. No medicine, no surgery, just vibes. And that's not even the weirdest one on this list. Some of these creatures don't age. Some regrow their entire bodies. One of them can survive being boiled. These animals laughed at death, and death backed down. Today we're looking at animals that are basically immortal, and honestly, it's a little unsettling. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a jellyfish the same way again, or a worm, or a tiny little water bear. Actually, you'll question everything. Let's go. Okay, first up, the legend, the myth, the thing that should not exist. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, also called the immortal jellyfish. This little guy is about the size of a pinky nail. Looks harmless, adorable even. But here's what it does. When it gets old, sick, or stressed, instead of dying, it de-ages itself. It shrinks back down into a polyp, its most basic baby form, and then starts its whole life over again. This is called transdifferentiation. It basically reprograms its own cells like a biological control Z. Imagine you're 80 years old, your knees hurt, you hate everything, and then you just reboot. Wake up as a toddler, fresh start, no memory, no problems. Terrifying? Yes. Impressive? Absolutely. Scientists literally don't know how many times it can do this. It might be unlimited. This jellyfish said aging is optional, and honestly, respect. Okay, but what if an animal just refused to age at all? Meet the hydra. It's a tiny freshwater creature, looks like a little tube with tentacles, and it essentially does not biologically age. Studies have found that hydras show no increase in death rate as they get older. Zero, none, flatline. The secret? It's constantly replacing its own cells through stem cells so fast that it never accumulates the damage that makes things age. It's like if your body had a cleaning crew working 24/7, throwing out every broken part before it causes a problem. Meanwhile, human bodies are out here keeping every single damaged cell like we're hoarding broken appliances in a garage. Scientists call the hydra biologically immortal. They've been studying it for decades, trying to steal its secrets. The hydra doesn't care, it's just vibing in a pond somewhere, eternal, unbothered. Now let's talk about the toughest animal alive, the tardigrade, also called a water bear, also called a moss piglet. It is microscopic. You cannot see it with your eyes, but this tiny, chubby, eight-legged creature is basically indestructible. Here's what it survives: boiling water, freezing temperatures near absolute zero, the vacuum of outer space, radiation levels that would kill a human thousands of times over, being dried out completely for decades, and then just waking up when water touches it again. How? When things get bad, it enters a state called cryptobiosis. It shuts down almost all biological activity, curls into a tiny ball, and just waits. It drops its metabolism to 0.01% of normal. Imagine being in a party, it gets boring, and you just pause yourself. Come back 30 years later, grab a snack, act normal. Tardigrades have been found frozen in Antarctic ice and revived after being dormant for over 30 years. They've also been sent to space and survived re-entry. This animal is smaller than a grain of sand and harder to kill than almost anything on Earth. Absolutely unreal. All right, let's go big, literally. The Greenland shark is massive. It lives deep in the Arctic Ocean. It's slow, ancient, and absolutely ancient. How ancient? Scientists analyzed one Greenland shark and estimated it was over 400 years old. 400 years! That means there's a shark alive today that was swimming around when Shakespeare was writing plays. It didn't age fast because it barely moves and has an incredibly slow metabolism. Its heart beats just once every 10 seconds. Imagine living your entire life at 0.5 miles per hour. That's slower than a leisurely walk. But hey, it's working. It outlived empires. It outlived entire species. It'll probably outlive us.
The Greenland shark is not in a hurry. It has never been in a hurry. It has all the time in the world. Because literally, it does. This one is my personal favorite because it's the most dramatic. The planarian flatworm. Tiny, flat, kind of looks like a cartoon eye, has one superpower. Chop it in half. Go ahead. Both halves grow back into two complete worms. Chop it into pieces. Each piece becomes a full worm. Scientists have cut a single flatworm into 279 pieces and gotten 279 new worms. The worm didn't die, it multiplied. The secret is that nearly every cell in its body can become any other cell. The headpiece grows a tail. The tailpiece grows a head. If humans could do this, a paper cut would become a whole new coworker. Scientists also found that planarians essentially reset their cellular aging clock after they regenerate. They don't just survive, they come back younger. The flatworm looked death in the face and said, "New phone, who dis?"
Here's one that'll mess with your dinner plans. Lobsters may not technically be immortal, but they age backwards in one wild way. Most animals get weaker as they age. Their DNA gets damaged, their cells break down. But lobsters, as they get older, they produce more of an enzyme called telomerase, which actually repairs and extends the DNA caps that normally shrink with age. Older lobsters are often larger, more fertile, and stronger than younger ones. A lobster doesn't slow down with age, it powers up. The reason lobsters eventually die is mostly external. Disease, predators, the physical exhaustion of molting their shells, which they have to do to keep growing. They don't die of old age, they die of too much growing. Imagine your grandma at 80 just becoming progressively more powerful every year. That's a lobster. They're out here aging like a fine wine that also has claws. Okay, last one, and this one is adorable and terrifying in equal measure. The axolotl. It's a salamander from Mexico. It looks like a baby dragon. People keep them as pets. They're incredibly cute. They are also one of the best regenerators on the planet. Cut off a limb, it grows back perfectly, full function, no scar. Damage its heart, it regrows the heart tissue. Damage its brain, it regrows brain tissue. Some studies have even shown it can accept transplanted organs from other axolotls without rejection. It does this through a process where mature cells actually de-differentiate. They forget what they were and become fresh new cells that rebuild exactly what was lost. If a human lost an arm and could do this, we'd just be calmly waiting 3 months for a new one to grow back. Instead, we have, regret and crutches. The axolotl is critically endangered in the wild, which is one of the most ironic things on this entire list. The animal that can regrow anything is almost gone. We need to do better. So there you have it. A jellyfish that reboots itself, a worm you literally cannot kill, a shark that's older than the United States, a lobster that gets stronger with age. Nature didn't read the rule book. It just kept evolving until death became optional for some of these things. Now, here's the question I want you to answer in the comments. If you could have one of these powers, regeneration, de-aging, or just being unkillable, which one are you picking and why? Drop it below. I actually read these. And if this video broke your brain a little, subscribe, because next time we're going even deeper into nature doing things it absolutely should not be allowed to do. See you there.